The gates of Buckingham Palace didn't just close on Prince Harry. They slammed shut with force. And behind those gates wasn't just tradition, ceremony, or protocol. It was a crystal clear message, one that didn't need to be shouted from a balcony for the world to understand. You can't walk away, set the palace ablaze with criticism, and expect to return to cheers and open arms. When Harry touched down in the UK recently, the whispers began before his plane's wheels hit the runway. And no, they weren't whispers about a warm reunion or family reconciliation. The question on everyone's lips was this: who came with him? The answer: Archie and Lilibet, his children, the wild card in this ongoing royal saga. From the very beginning, their place in royal history has been shadowed with controversy. Secretive hospital visits, a lack of clear documentation, endless suspicion about how those pregnancies were handled. And for a monarchy obsessed with lineage, precision, and verifiable truth, this was always an open wound that never quite healed. So when Harry walked back in, demanding that his children be welcomed into Buckingham Palace, not just as visitors, but with full royal recognition, it wasn't a casual family stopover. This wasn't about tea and polite conversation. It was a deliberate, calculated move. And King Charles saw it instantly for what it was. His response? Unflinching. A hard, immovable no. No entry. No reunion. No exceptions. Not even for the grandchildren. And that rejection wasn't just about slamming the door on Harry. It was a thunderbolt from the throne itself. A reminder to the world, and most importantly to Harry, that while blood is thick, the crown is thicker. But here's where it spirals into even murkier waters. This was never just about children visiting a palace. Behind the scenes, legal experts are raising eyebrows. Why was Harry suddenly so determined to bring Archie and Lilibet back to the UK? And why now? Some believe it's all part of a bigger chess match, a quiet move to establish the UK as a legitimate home base for the children, maybe even laying the groundwork for future custody battles should his marriage to Meghan continue to fray. Think about it. If a custody fight ever erupts, Harry needs evidence that his children have tangible ties to Britain. Emotional, physical, even royal ties. And Meghan? Nowhere in sight. Not on the plane. Not at the palace. Not even in the press photos. Her silence has been deafening. Strategic? Protective? Calculated? No one knows for sure. Some believe she's staying quiet to avoid fueling the fire. Others whisper that she's letting Harry take the public hit while she positions herself for her next Hollywood move. A brand deal, a new show, maybe even another memoir. But while Meghan remains in the shadows, Harry stands in the harsh spotlight. The man, once hailed as the People's Prince, now finds himself locked out of the very world he once belonged to. This wasn't just a failed visit, it was a failed power play, laying bare everything he's lost: credibility, control, and any lingering influence over the royal family. Charles's rejection wasn't a father's snub, it was the crown's declaration. Buckingham Palace is not a revolving door, it's a fortress. And no matter how hard Harry knocks, the king decides who enters. The irony couldn't be sharper. Harry, the very prince who once stormed the palace walls with Oprah interviews and explosive memoirs, now desperately clawing to climb back over them. And beneath it all, it's not just about his children, it's about his own relevance. For a man who left royal life claiming freedom and peace, his actions today tell a different story. A story who deeply misses the structure, the spotlight, and the status that only the monarchy could provide. And still, he seemed shocked by the cold reception, as if years of public criticism, explosive accusations, and international tell-alls could be erased with a single smiling photo on palace grounds. He wants the privileges without the responsibilities, the royal respect without the accountability. But the monarchy isn't built on feelings, it's built on rules. And Charles, for all his paternal instincts, is a king first. Let's not forget another bold demand Harry made: security. He reportedly asked for full taxpayer-funded protection for himself and his children, despite previously suing the UK government over the very issue and losing. Now he expects Charles to foot the bill personally. It paints the picture of a man unwilling to accept the consequences of his own choices. And the public? They've moved on. Harry and Meghan aren't the brave rebels of 2018 anymore. The fairy tale image has soured. Netflix deals are stumbling. Their media brand struggles to stay relevant. Meanwhile, the royal family continues its duties: unmoved, unbothered, united. William, Kate, Camilla, not a word of support, not a single gesture. The silence was deafening, the message unmissable. The door isn't just closed, it's locked, bolted, and guarded. British tabloids wasted no time. Duke denied. Charles says no. The headlines were brutal. Social media was even harsher, mocking Harry's failed request, turning his rejection into memes. And Archie and Lilibet? Their sudden appearance in this drama only reignited whispers that never truly died. Surrogacy rumors, questions about legitimacy, unanswered controversies that the monarchy has worked hard to bury. For some insiders, Charles's refusal wasn't just about slamming the door on Harry. It was about preventing those old questions from exploding back into public debate. So where does that leave Harry now? In limbo. America's early fascination has faded. Britain has closed ranks. Meghan remains silent overseas. And his children, innocent pawns, are caught in the storm of his own making. What was supposed to be a family visit now feels like a failed invasion. And the fallout has only just begun. Because this isn't just about pride. It's about legacy. What remains when titles are stripped, when trust is gone, when bridges are nothing but ash. For Harry, the truth is harsh. He's not just locked out of Buckingham Palace, he's locked out of belonging anywhere. The UK has moved on. Hollywood's sympathy has cooled. His once best-selling memoir now collects dust, with his grievances sounding like tired echoes of the past. The misunderstood prince narrative has worn thin. Instead of the underdog, Harry looks like a man forever trapped in yesterday while claiming to chase tomorrow. And Meghan? Her silence is its own performance. Carefully calculated, risk-free, waiting for the right moment to re-enter the spotlight. Maybe this rejection becomes her next storyline. Maybe not. But the danger is clear. Even the victim card has an expiration date. Behind the scenes, insiders whisper of cracks in the marriage, of Harry's isolation, of Meghan's frustration. And if this trip was Harry's bold move made without Meghan's blessing, the divide between them could grow wider. Now imagine the stakes if custody battles were ever to emerge. California versus the Crown. A legal showdown not just of parental rights, but of narratives, headlines, and power. And through it all, Buckingham Palace remains silent. No word from Camilla, no nod from William or Kate, not a single leak or briefing. Just a wall of royal frost, a silence louder than words. The monarchy, long chaotic and scandal-prone, has finally drawn a hard line, and Harry stands firmly on the other side. The cruelest truth? He did this to himself. In 2020, when he walked away, he didn't just leave the institution, he torched it on his way out. And now, standing in the smoke, he asks for a second chance. But in the House of Windsor, second chances are rare, especially when the crown feels betrayed. So here Harry remains. Not the young prince who once walked behind his mother's coffin. Not the soldier prince. Not the cheeky royal rebel. But a man with fading influence, a fractured family, and a legacy slipping away. The gates of Buckingham Palace are closed, and this time they may never open again. Because in the end, the crown protects itself, always. And for all his titles, tears, and attempts, Harry is no longer part of it.